Here are 5 ways to grow as a photographer. Well, from my experience, embrace new and challenging situations. If you are just a street photographer, why not try maybe a different genre? Why not try wildlife, studio work, sporting events? Don't forget to put yourself in different situations and scenarios. Broadening your horizons will sharpen your skills. There is no growth in being comfortable, and sometimes we have to make ourselves just that little bit, uneasy with a situation. I've thrown myself in tons of situations where I have definitely failed, but don't forget, as they say, fail forwards. Sod it if it goes wrong. You learn something. You learn that, you need to do more research. You need to do better at having the right kind of lens, gear, or any of that stuff. It's a good way to sharpen your skills and make sure that you're growing as a photographer. Like I said, this is all about growth, and the best way in any situation, this is almost like life advice actually, is put yourself in situations that, don't feel that easy. Try film photography. Now, why I say this is because if you haven't, you'll soon realize that every frame counts. Because with film, it's definitely more precious. It's not as cost effective. You haven't got sort of unlimited shots. You only get so many frames on a roll, and it makes the whole process just a bit more precious. You really do think, I was going to say twice, but you think there's more than that when you're taking a shot on a film camera. Now, I'm not saying this is something that you need to get into. I'm saying try it. It again will help you grow. It just will make you think doubly about taking a shot, what your composition is, what your exposure is, your aperture, your ISO, all of that. Again, these are all just ways to sharpen your skills, and I think film photography teaches us a lot about photography. You'll definitely make mistakes, you'll definitely take bad photos, you'll definitely underexpose and probably overexpose, so it's a really good way to almost take photography very seriously, like I said, because there's actually a cost to all of it as well. You've got to be careful because you don't want to take 30 shots of the same building. It will also take you longer to shoot a whole kind of roll, so there's that too. My third bit of advice is shoot when you're unmotivated. Shoot when you're feeling lazy. I can promise you that A, it will change your mood, but B, you will find something magical. This happens to me so often, and I don't know why. And I think it's like, the universe telling me that get your ass up. There's something in here. I don't know. I'm being very whimsical here, but my point is that the days you choose to take a day off are usually the days that you miss something. It just goes that way, and I think this one's maybe just a good bit of advice. Just if you're feeling like, let's say it's a Sunday, bit kind of overcast, there's not much to do, not much on TV, you're just feeling really lazy, unmotivated. Get in your car, take yourself to the beach, go to the forest, go to the sea, take your camera, and what I think happens is you just inspire yourself. Most people go out when they feel inspired, and I think what it does is you just take photos, and then you just that magic that I'm talking about is just that it just gets you going again. You go from feeling lazy to feeling inspired. Photography always has the magic to do that, because you only need one good photo on a photo walk or something to get you back to feeling good about photography again. So yeah, next time you're lazy, get your ass up. Now, number 4 might not apply to everyone, but we're talking about growth here. And this one is basically collaborate or shoot with friends, peers. It's very easy to get stuck in your own lane, doing your own thing, shooting your same old. It's fine. That's a lovely, comfortable place to be. But again, we're talking about growth. And if you want to grow as a photographer, I really do think that getting yourself out there with friends, new people, shooting different scenes could really, really benefit the growth and confidence in your photography for a few reasons. One, it will just make you up your game. You'll maybe start looking at what they're looking at, and you might be slightly competitive. Just like I said, just up your level. The second thing is they might teach you something. It might be like a slow shutter speed, or shooting in a different aperture. I mean, there's loads of different things you could learn from someone. It's just, you need to go and learn that. That's what I'm saying. Third thing is that if you haven't got any friends you can shoot with, reach out to people and make friends. Like, why not have friends who are photographers? A lot of my actual friends are not photographers or filmmakers. They're just my mates. They're just average guys who have completely different hobbies to me. So I've had to find new friends who love photography just like I do, and they're the people that I go out with. Going on a photo walk with friends is one of the nicest, best feelings, because it's just a day out. You get to intertwine that with coffee, some breakfast, lunch, lots of food. It's just a nice thing to do, and I think getting yourself in and amongst good peers is a really good thing, not only for your growth but probably for your mental health too, because photography is can be a very solitary craft. Okay, so my fifth and last bit of advice is set yourself a self-assignment. Now, I've seen a few photographers do this, and I really think that this is a great way to, again, sharpen the skill of your photography. But what I think it does most is it teaches you discipline. The discipline to just keep shooting, the same old thing. Let's say you're an underwater photographer. As a guy I follow on Instagram, all his photography is in underwater photography, and it's all in Ireland. He goes out, he swims, he takes photos of swimmers, and everything kind of sea-based. And I always thought how cool his photography is and how great his subjects are, but his dedication to that one subject, that one assignment is flawless. I'm predominantly a street photographer, so mine's kind of erratic, especially as I'm a sort of travel street photographer. So one day I'll be in Bali and next I'll be here like I am in Japan, and the disparity, the juxtaposition can be quite distant. His tone, his assignment, his project is all very similar, and I think that's a good thing. Is you don't get stuck in one box. So maybe if this was advice for him, I would say try different things. But as I'm saying for someone, and I think for a lot of people, is set yourself a self-assignment, which I've actually seen recently. There is a very popular YouTuber called Willem Verbeek. I think that's how you say his name. He set himself a self-assignment where he just went to a location and photographed a rock, and he's kind of done this on and off for a year, and that's his own self-assignment. And I think that was just a great idea. I think it's a really lovely little project and something that we can definitely take and use to our benefit. So it can be as simply as photographing your cat every day for a year. I don't know. Whatever you want to photograph. It could be street signs. It could be cars. It could be but maybe a specific car. Look, I don't know what you're into or what you want to take photos of, but just set yourself an assignment and see how you get on, because what will happen is your discipline will grow, but the other thing is you'll get tired quite quickly of taking the same thing, so you'll come up with new and ingenious ways to take a different photo of, let's say it is your cat. You'll just come up with different ways of presenting photos of your cat, especially if you did it every day for 365 days. The photo at the beginning is just a picture of your cat. By the end, it's just something completely else from day 1 to day 365. This is huge. So I think, we can take a lot from setting ourselves a little project. Anyway, look, I hope that has been of use, help. If you have any advice, points, ways you can grow, jot them in the comments below. It would be, excited to hear from you and learn from you out there, because I don't know, these are just things that I've learned, taken from myself, and I really think that this channel is a good breeding ground for learning more, just life advice really. I think sometimes self-growth is something definitely I'm interested in, especially within a subject like photography. It's really interesting. So let's all grow together and share our opinions, thoughts, exercises. I'd really appreciate it, and I know probably this channel would too. Okay, great. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.